So I got absolutely paranoid that our fridge was not going to work when we get it installed, and Aaron, being the loving husband that he is, I don't know if you've ever seen the video game 7 Days to Die, where everything is done with duct tape. I have no way of hooking up the fridge to test it to see if it's going to work. Because I have no 12 volt in my garage. I have the plug, but the fridge won't work without the control panel being hooked up to DC. So, in true fashion of my husband, who can do almost anything when he puts his mind to it, he made a 12 volt circuit out of some D batteries so that I can test the fridge and quit having a panic attack. It's so bad, but it works. We have a 12 volt series made out of D batteries wired to the fridge, and lo and behold, the lights are on. It tried to light itself with propane. I heard it clicking, trying to spark, because it wasn't hooked to propane. So I put it to auto on the control panel, and I still have lights. So I'm going to leave it for a little bit, and we'll see if things get cold. I love my husband so much. Thank you, love. You made my anxiety levels 3,000% less than it was. Thank you. Ooh, that's warm. Okay, so that's heating up. But that's warm. That's doesn't matter if that gets hot. All right. I think we might be starting to have a fridge. Alrighty, so I plugged a thermometer into the freezer. It is currently 81 degrees in the garage and on the inside of the fridge. And it's already gone down 2 degrees. Let's see if this is gonna work. I'm hoping that's not just a slight adjustment and that it is actually getting cold in there. But it was 81 degrees when I plugged it in, and it just flipped over to 79. Sweet. And we have successful cooling. It's down to 77 degrees, less than an hour. Oh, that makes me feel so much better. I was so worried this fridge wasn't gonna work. We had bought it secondhand, scratch and dent, and it's been sitting in the garage for a couple of years. So thank you, love, for humoring my absolute panic attack over the past 12 hours. And I love you. Thank you. Yay, we have a fridge that might actually work. Alrighty, we are down another 2 degrees. So I'm going to call this a successful test of the fridge. Can't wait to get it wired in properly. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Today we are trying to finish up the fridge cabinet. So let's get started, shall we?
Yay.
We have a template of the curve of the bus. I don't remember if I showed this before. So
That's our curve.
that's the curve of the ribs. So took a piece of plywood, measured the width, lined the template up,
Taped it to prevent, what was that you called?
tear out,
Tear out. Yep.
and now we have a beautiful smooth edge.
And we're going to go fit it and see
how much we need to trim off.
Yep.
Woo. All right, so we are
Making a wall magically up here.
yeah, hold on, let me get back out, see if I can do this a little bit. We have, it's not on and it's not secured. We're just measuring angles for the wall, but I can't see anything
Okay.
through that arm.
This arm has to hold it in place.
Yep, I got it.
All right. So we've done one angle, and so that which we have the two vertical boards. Obviously, we're going to put this at a little bit of an angle, as you can see. So we've got one cut made, and then we put the other side up here. And again, you're going to measure. 1 second. You're going to measure it when it's like that. So it's right. So we've got one cut made, it's angled. So you're going to measure down below where to make the second cut, and then this will come out just perfect. So let's go make a cut and show you what it looks like afterwards.
All right, we're getting ready to put in the center cross bracing. Good morning, everybody. We are putting up the last fridge wall and trying to get that squared up. I'll flip you around. So the last wall is going in. I'm just putting in the supports at the bottom, and then it'll be square and below the vent. So that'll be nice. And look, we have a sink cabinet. That's not quite where it's gonna go, but that's where it's gonna stay for now. Hey, love.
Well, hello. It's in the bus. It's a hot Florida day. We've got windows open, and we're also kind of testing the AC. We just turned it off. But it's working. It's working really good. We're very happy with the battery bank we have, the solar bank. The solar's keeping the AC just running. It really is doing quite well. What we're working on today is continuing the refrigerator. So as we spoke last time, excuse me, we put in the vent on the bottom. We put the vent in on the top, and now we're building the box for the refrigerator itself. This is a very roughed in box. We still have a couple things to do. Big thing is insulate this side. Maybe throw some other insulation kind of in the gaps that we have. We're going to put a kind of thin board back there just to keep the insulation in place. We're not going to see it. We're not going to use it. So we're going to board that up, except of course for the vent. And again, the idea from the book was that once air to be unobstructed to come in the bottom vent, it's going to get hot, it's going to rise, it's going to exit the upper vent. You want that as unobstructed, I believe that's the correct word, as possible, according to the Domatic manual. But in order to put a fridge in here, you have to have a couple other things. For us, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Something like that.
we're going camping again. We're not going to have the propane fully hooked up, but we have electricity. So we're hooking up AC, DC for the fridge, and then we'll do the propane. Once we get the propane installed, we'll add that also. We're going to put, if you want to come into the box here, down in this area on this wall, we're going to put our AC plug. And I'll probably have the DC lines come in straight right next to it. So all the electrical lines are going to run through the same holes that we just drilled. So in order to do that, we have to drill some holes, right? Come around this way. Ignore the white and the black. That's the light. It kind of fell out where it's supposed to be here. I'm going to tuck that right back in. All right. So we drilled a hole here, 1/2 inch. The 2x3s are 1.5 inches wide. You don't want to ever take more than 1/3 of the total width when you put a hole in it. So we can only go 1/2 inch wide, and it's working pretty good for the cord that we got. So we've already started pulling it through. This is going to run in our wire run all the way back into our AC and DC distribution panel. So it's going to come up here, it's going to come down, and it's going to get plugged into one of our circuit breakers there. So that's where we're at with this. DC is going to go to the same circuit breaker box, just a lower amperage fuse. Instead of a circuit breaker, obviously we're going to have a little fuse on that because it's just control voltage. Good afternoon.
Hi. We've been busy.
We have.
Guess what?
The fridge is in place. Now, it's not installed, okay? We're just doing like a fit test to see
Perfect.
if I measured correctly. I did.
I'm going to flip you.
So it was a little challenging to get it in the bus. It was me, Kathy, and JoJo, and a wheelie thing, and some of my favorite 4-letter words. Almost lost a thumb, but it's in. It fits really good. This is where we wanted it to sit. So it looks good. We still have to finish the cabinet, the DC wiring, connecting both AC and DC into the fuse box, into the circuit breaker box, power supply box. But physically, the fridge fits.
Perfectly.
That's really what we were testing to see today.
We've got like minimal gap.
And that will get closed up, even that minimal gap will get closed up once we put another board here on the left-hand side. So we're going to put a board here, insulate this side wall, again, because the fridge is going to generate heat in the back. So yeah, that'll close up that gap, and it's a great fit. I'm really pleased with it. Kathy's like all smiles and giggles, so I know she's really pleased with it. But yeah, there we are. So we have a fridge installed ish in the bus. So we're not going to take this back into the garage now that it's here. We'll leave it in the bus, go back and forth. We're going to have to cool it out in order to finish
the wiring.
Finish the wiring, finish insulation, but it works. It does work. We tested that it works, but it fits in the spot that we wanted, that we built for it. So that's encouraging.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
And what I'm doing today is I'm putting an additional screen on to just keep the bugs out. We've had some mud daubers and other things decide they want to build nests in here, so I'm just going to put window screen on top of it and hope that helps. Hello there. Busy day today. It's hot. Hi, love. You come in to do bus intro?
Nope. I'm looking at my shiny wheel.
Hey. Beautiful day today. Hot as heck. Busy day. We officially have a fridge installed, turned on, working. Fuses, AC/DC, all done. Oh, let's take that back out. Here, catch. Ha! So what we do today?
Got our ass kicked.
Fridge is in.
I sliced my finger open.
Yes, you
Jojo
did.
sliced her finger.
That happened.
Yes.
Fridge
Fridge is working. Fridge is installed.
is working. Fridge is installed. We have AC power with a 15 amp fuse. We did a lot of research. That's probably
Overkill.
the mid-range fuse. It's maybe a little bit more than it could pull. I don't know. This seemed right from all the research we got. But the fridge is installed. We got a shelf on top of it. It's secured. Everything in it, in the fridge cabinet, is kilsed and insulated. What else did we do? We have one shiny wheel.
I'll show you that in a minute. So the bus came with aluminum wheel covers, hubcaps.
Bus hubcaps, which are not like car hubcaps at all.
No, and they're spiffy-tastic.
It does look really good.
They're hideously dirty, but
And they're significantly more challenging to install than a car hubcap. But
Just a wee bit.
we got one on. We kind of took a detour from
It
the
took
fridge.
us an hour and a half to get that one on, though.
Just about an hour, not and a half. We took a break. We took a lunch break in between it.
We have a new parking spot for the bus.
Yo, we haven't shown them the new spot, have we?
Nope.
All right, let's go show them the wheel.
All right.
And we'll drive to the new spot. And we're not walking home. I'm taking the car behind us.
All right, let's go show wheels.
All right.
And I'm going to hook in.
All right.
Check that out. Shiny spiffy. Look. Under the dirt, but it's shiny. Yay. So that's what they looked like before.
Pre-hubcap.
Pre-hubcap. Post-hubcap. So I'm going to set up a thermometer once I figure out how to turn the dang thing on. So it is currently 88 degrees inside the bus.
It was cold earlier.
Yeah, the AC worked really well.
We got the bus cold.
Ooh, so the fridge has been on what, maybe an hour?
Hour and a half.
The fridge.
Fly draft safe will be in the back.
So we're gonna go for a drive, see what it cools down to by the time we get to the parking lot. So the fridge is actually working. Yay! All right, time to test the it's 50 degrees. Very nice. We're gonna leave that there and check it again in the morning. So I took this out of the freezer a few minutes ago and it was 34 degrees. It's rising slowly. I'm going to put it in the fridge and see where we're at. Alright, so the fridge is still going down. Sweet. It's under 40. That makes me happy. Good. It's working. I'm going to have to turn it off though because my battery is getting really low. It's less than 50% and it says it's got less than 8 hours left. So there's more than 8 hours until daylight, so I have to turn off the fridge tonight.